Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Last week I talked about choosing myself instead of choosing validation. This week I want to talk about something that naturally follows: becoming okay with people not understanding your choices.
Believe in your glam, believe in your light. Every chapter of your story is worth the fight. Grace in every step, faith through every storm. Welcome to the journey where confidence is born. Chronicles of Glam.
Let's get into it. All right. So wanting people to approve our decisions. Why do we need that? Why do we want people to approve our decisions so badly? That's something that I had to ask myself. Remember, I said last week that I constantly looked for validation from a particular person. I don't know, but what I do know is that I don't need anyone to approve my decision. Whatever decision Chanel makes is for Chanel. The only person that I will look for a sign is God. That's it. Everyone else, no. I'm not looking for any approval anymore. I think at the time when I looked for the approval, it was me pouring so much into what the other person or other people, I'm going to just say, felt, and just putting their needs before mine. So I just was like, I want this to work and them to be happy or whatever, and he will conform and do this too. No, don't do that. Big mistake. And then too, in my head, I felt a little guilty for setting boundaries. However, today, setting boundaries is needed, because if you do not set boundaries, you will continue to let people tap dance all over you if a boundary is not set. And one important factor that I have learned, that no is a complete sentence. There needs to be no explanation. You don't have to explain yourself. It's just simple no. And to whomever can't understand the boundaries that you're setting, that's on them. It's not on me. That's on them. So what are some of the boundaries that you have set in your life, or have you felt guilty for setting boundaries? Like I said, it took me a very long time to start understanding certain things. I had a fear of disappointing people, believing that everyone else deserved an explanation. And you would think that I came from a background that didn't pour into me. I came from a background where I was poured into, I was loved and everything. And I cannot understand, how did I get the way that I got? I think though it stemmed from me losing my brother. And that was one of the closest people to me. I had never lost someone close to me like that before in my life. And when I lost my brother, I looked at it like, well, my mom, which was my grandmother, is older, and eventually she may pass, and I gotta have somebody in my life that's gonna always be there, no matter what it looked like, how I was being treated. And let me just say this, I don't think that this person is not a horrible person at all. No, not. But they just did bad things. And that's just where I'm gonna leave it at. But I think though, that's where all of this stemmed from, of me seeking validation from people and stuff, and wanting to be accepted and loved. So, but I'm happy today where I'm at and where it's gotten me, and setting boundaries is definitely at the top of my list of things to always do. I had to learn as well that peace is more valuable than proving a point. So Sometimes we try to literally, we're arguing down, trying to prove our point and realizing it's taking us nowhere, but you're beating a dead horse. You're getting yourself upset for what? So I had to learn as well that you got it. I'm good. Yep, you're right, I'm wrong. You're right, I'm wrong. And I say that to say, because even in my head, if I don't feel that that person is right, at this point in my life, my peace is everything to me. So you're right, I'm wrong. Seriously, I won't do this. I don't want to argue. I'm not trying to prove a point for what. You're right, I'm wrong. And that's just what it is. And I had to realize as well that silence is the answer. Silence is an answer as well. Sometimes there's nothing to be said. Silence is an answer. So even though I may feel how I feel, silence is an answer, and silence is golden. I will say I do, again, I talked last week about me talking to God. I talk to God so often. Definitely when I don't understand things, I just talk to him. I talk to God often. Throughout the day, before I go to bed at night, I talk to God. So that's where I take my conversation to. When I feel like I do want to get something off my chest, I go to God with it. I go to God and I leave it with him. Because I'm a firm believer that he will make everything okay. So another bit of advice that I would say is just talk to God. You have to, especially when you're not sure of things. Lean not on your own understanding. And I have done that a lot in the past. And it got me nowhere. It got me miserable. That's what it got me. But yes, talk to God, definitely. And I say that with my whole heart and my whole chest, because at one point I used to be like, what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna say it, just talk. Just have a full conversation with God, and I promise you, you will feel much lighter, much better, and it will feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. So don't try to solve things on your own. Talk to God. The next thing too, I had to understand that the people who truly love me don't require me to justify my healing. So the ones that love me truly, they don't require any justification from me about my healing. Nope, in fact, they're happy for me. They're rooting for me, consistently pouring into me. And what I had to realize too, everybody's not going to be along for the ride. And it's okay that everyone is not along for the ride. So I just wanted to come to you guys today with these little tidbits of how I have been healing and what's been helping me. And I'm hoping truly, because there is so much going on in the world today and so many people that are going through things and just don't know where to start. And the first place I'm just going to say is to start with God. Start praying about it and start pouring more and more into yourself. And when you pray about it and when you talk to God, please be intentional with your prayers and what you're speaking of or what you're even asking of. Be intentional about everything that you are saying to God. And I just say your purpose is more important than other people's opinion. God doesn't need everyone to understand what he's doing in your life. Remember that. What did I say? God does not need for everyone to understand what he's doing in your life and what he's doing for you. So I hope that this video finds you in the most best feeling, that you can look at me and see that you can overcome anything. Because remember, in my last video I told you I wasn't supposed to be here. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be here, and I'm here. I'm telling my story and I'm healthy. And I just want you to know you will be okay as well. The moment I stopped trying to convince everyone to understand where I was coming from and just understand me, that was the moment that I just finally found peace. And you can find your peace as well, I promise you. So try choosing your peace over someone else's approval. All right, so next time, choose you. Bet on you always. Bye.